Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this June the 24th, 2026. I hope everybody had a great Wednesday out there so far, but it's a great Wednesday evening. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather. Got the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we'll be taking a look at the tropics and also take a look at your local forecast as well, and also take a look at the satellite imagery at the beginning of this forecast package. Then we're going to take a look at the, like I say, current local forecast for your Thursday and Friday. Also your current watch and warning advisory map, also the storm prediction center outlook for day 2, 3, and 4, and also take a look at the probability for temperatures well above normal for this time of year. So we'll talk about that in tonight's video, so make sure you stick around the entire video. Also like the video, share the videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road there, folks. You can see we got a little tropical wave here, a little spin here in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Look like it's trying to become something a little tropical when the National Hurricane Center needs to continue monitoring that. We'll take a look at it as well. As you can see right here, it's got a little spin to it, like a little upper level low trying to develop. This could be a little tropical wave or a tropical storm or something, could be later on. We'll continue to monitor that in the National Hurricane Center as well. We've got some activity down across South America, Eastern Caribbean Sea, toward the leeward of Windward Island. A little bit of activity in the northwestern Caribbean, along Cuba and the Yucatan Peninsula. Got more activity over here, which is expected to become tropical depressions and tropical storms in the coming days over in the Eastern Pacific. Got more activity across Mexico, stretching into New Mexico, Texas, also into, like I say, western Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, also to Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Wyoming, also through Montana, and also areas of Idaho, Washington, Oregon State, and more activity over here through areas of Louisiana, Mississippi, straight through Arkansas, through Illinois, up toward Wisconsin, the Great Lakes region, also up towards southeast Canada. More activity up here in areas of New Brunswick and St. John's Island as well. So, alright, let's continue rolling forward and take a look at your local forecast for your Thursday. Should roll out something like this here across the board. Okay, still waiting for it to pop up. Here it is. Got some severe weather possible over here in Wyoming, stretching through western Nebraska, through Colorado, to Kansas, to the Panhandle of Texas, Oklahoma, and also into Missouri. Heavy rain, flash flooding over Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, toward Illinois. And then elsewhere we got some shower activity in Washington, Oregon State, Northern California, coastal waters, and thunderstorms and showers up here from Idaho to Montana, through areas of through the Dakotas, New Mexico, also into Texas, Utah, Nevada, all through areas of Iowa, also northern North Dakota, Canadian-U.S. border, also Wisconsin over toward Lake Huron, also Michigan, Illinois down to Mississippi, to South Carolina, and also down toward the Florida Keys, West Virginia up to Maine, New Brunswick, and the coastal water. Otherwise, expect your high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Thursday. Alright, let's continue rolling forward into your Friday forecast now. It should roll out something like this here across the board. Okay, as you can see, the high pressure system, low pressure system, cold front, warm fronts, and weather features in your local forecast areas as well. Alright, we got some mixed precipitation, Washington, Oregon State, also some areas of flash flooding, heavy rain over Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio to Kentucky. Thunderstorms and showers over here in portions of Washington, Oregon State to Nevada, to Idaho, to North and South Dakota, and right along the Canadian-U.S. border, straight through Colorado, New Mexico, to Texas, to Oklahoma, to Indiana, Ohio, to Maine, New Brunswick, also Rhode Island, D.C., the Carolina, Florida Keys, over to Alabama and Georgia. Otherwise, expect your high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Friday, and we got some shower activity in Washington, Oregon State, in the coastal water. I forgot to mention that as well. Alright, now let's continue rolling on into your current watch and warning advisory map for your location across the nation. And it should roll out something like this here. We got some flood watches in effect for portions of Kansas, southern Nebraska, also in Oklahoma, portion of Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, over to areas of Illinois. Also got some severe thunderstorm watches, warning, flash flood warnings over Wisconsin and Illinois. Special weather statements over northern Minnesota, northeast North Dakota. More special weather statements in Nevada, California, and also into areas of Arizona. Heat advisories over here in portions of southern New Mexico, West Texas. Severe thunderstorm warning is also in effect for New Mexico into Colorado. Also, tornado watches and severe thunderstorm warnings over a portion of Colorado as well, Nebraska and Wyoming. And then we got red flag warnings up here in portion of Washington, Oregon, Idaho. Nevada, excuse me. Also, southeastern Idaho, and also into areas of Utah, Colorado, and excessive heat warnings across southern California and also across southern areas of Arizona. Also has some air quality alerts over here, portion of Colorado also. Alrighty, so we got some small craft advisory along the California coast of the Oregon coast, around the Hawaiian Chain Island, around the Alaska region, red flag warnings inland to the northwest in Alaska. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center outlook. Should rule out something like this here across the board. We have a marginal risk stretching from portions of New York State all the way back into Illinois over toward Montana to Texas. There's that slight risk stretching from Casper, Wyoming to Amarillo to Springfield, Salt Lake City, you and a marginal risk. Elsewhere, just general thunderstorm from Washington State, Montana to Texas, over toward Maine to Florida, also into Alabama toward Michigan region as well. Alright, the tornado probability rules out like this. We have 2 and 5% across Texas, Oklahoma, and also portions of Kansas. The significant tornado looks to be over Oklahoma and to portions of Kansas and over into Missouri. Damaging winds 5 and 15%, stretching from Montana to Texas, all the way to areas of New York State and around Salt Lake City, and 15% from Casper, Wyoming to Amarillo to Springfield. Large hail rolls out like this. You can see 5% of Montana, from Montana to North Texas, all the way to areas Oklahoma, Ohio. Getting my state mixed up, but we getting it. And then we got from portions of Liberal to Woodward, Wichita to Springfield, Tulsa. You're included in a marginal slight risk for large hail, up to possibly golf ball size hail to baseball size hail. Alright, let's move on into day number 3, which rolls out just a marginal risk over here in portions of Montana to Texas, northern Texas, Oklahoma to areas of Kentucky, and then again up here around Portland, Maine to Albany, New York to Boston. General thunderstorms elsewhere from Washington, Oregon State to North to South Dakota to Texas to the Carolina, Florida to Maine. Probability rolls out like this, 5%. Alright, we have a severe weather risk for day number 4, which is a 15% risk once again across the Dakotas, and a marginal risk will outline the slight risk area on day 3, which will be issued tomorrow. Alright, temperature hazards. Once again, I'm going to show you this here again last night, but it has been updated. We have a high risk of very hot temperature for portions of Georgia, South and North Carolina, all the way up into portions of Rhode Island. And then you can see again over here in portions of Pennsylvania, all the way down to areas of Kentucky, Tennessee, Illinois, Indiana, portion of Michigan. You can see a moderate risk stretching from all the way through the portions of Dakotas to Texas to Georgia, all the way up to areas of New York State. And then you can see a slight risk from northern Michigan over toward Montana to central Texas, all the way to the Florida Keys as well. So, alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like the video, share the video. We'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful Wednesday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because the only weather you got.